certainly the best.
Alright guys, it's another lovely Monday evening and it's my pleasure to have you join me on yet another beautiful episode of the Guys Hangout Show on independent television, reaching you live from that city of bronze. You know I love to call it that city where the king is truly king. Now for starters, the Guys Hangout Show is one show that, teaches men to prioritize themselves and of course, to be the best that they can be, just so that they can give the best that they can give. It airs on this station every Monday. All right, my name is Harry Aigboje, and of course, it's my pleasure to have you join us on this episode of the show. Now, today, we're going to be taking a look at a very, very important topic, something that actually caught my attention of recent. Okay, sometimes you're just going about your daily activities, and then you just, for a second, certain things just cross your mind, and you begin to ask yourself, what has actually changed? What has gone wrong? How come things are no longer the way they used to be? And one of such things is the growing lack of parental discipline in our society as we have it today. What exactly went wrong? Whether you like it or not, you must have noticed that things are no longer the way they used to be, especially between parents and their kids. Those days when we were growing up, some of us had this reverence for our parents, right? Even in their absence. There were things we're not bold enough to do, we're not courageous enough to do, even in their absence, because of the kind of discipline that they gave us, right? So, for instance, I remember as a kid, I used to live within my boundaries as a child, right? I was not allowed to go to the next compound. Now, that was how I was raised. Not because my parents didn't like us being free, but they just wanted to ensure that we lived within the boundaries that they set for us. Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there can also relate. Now, if you take a look at the parents of today, it doesn't seem to be like that anymore, right? A lot of parents seem to be more flexible in raising their children. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? My name is Harry Aigboje once again, and it's my pleasure to have you join us on this episode of the show. Now, like you already know, I'm not alone. I've got an amazing person in the house with me, and together we're going to be taking a look at this topic. Now, he is an educationist and also, a social analyst. He's really passionate about lots of things that are happening around us, and he loves to share his wealth of wisdom and experience on such matters. It's good to have you, Abu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harry. And as usual, it is good to be on the show today again. It is always a pleasure talking about issues that concerns us in society, especially issues like this, where if we keep quiet, things will get deteriorated and it will get out of hand.
True.
So, bad things try because good men decide to keep quiet.
Absolutely.
So we must say something.
Definitely, we must say something, and that's basically why we're here. I mean, we really can't help not to say something, all right? Now, we're going to be taking a look at this issue as we begin to look at it one after the other, right?
Okay.
Let's look at it from this angle. Parenting is serious business, right? And I don't think a lot of parents realize that, a lot of parents of this generation, because there seems to be this trend of people just giving birth without recourse to the responsibility of taking care of those children. So let's start from there. Why would anybody want to, start having kids without, considering what it will take and what it will cost, to take care of those children?
Yeah, procreation is one biological gift that God and nature has given to humans. Okay. So any adult who has gotten to a certain stage can procreate, except he or she has a medical condition. Okay. But procreation is not a yardstick to be called a parent. So we have so many fathers and mothers who are not parents. Being a parent means you are ready for the job after birth. Birthing a child is your God-given talent or God-given gift.
The natural ability.
That natural ability. But the idea of training this child, parenting, is a full-time job. I say full-time job because it's one thing that people just overlook, and because of that they think because they are fathers they could be called parents. No. We have so many fathers but few parents. So it's because of these few parents that we have in society that you see there is a growing lack of discipline in terms of parenting and all that. So I think the few parents that we have, if you see their children outside, you can distinguish them from those that have fathers and just mothers. So I think we should be seeing this thing from the idea of who are parents, to be precise.
Okay.
A parent is that person who is a father or a mother and has indulged herself into the act of bringing up this child. You know, children, the mind of a child is like a tabula rasa. Whatever you imprint on that mind is what goes a long way to determine what the child will become in life or how the child will behave and all that. But we really have people imprinting these things on the mind of the child. That is the question.
I think that's $1 million question, because this is one question I believe a lot of parents do not ask themselves before they begin to procreate. Like you've rightly established, there's a clear difference between procreation
there is.
and parenting.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to begin to establish. What exactly is it with parents of nowadays? You know, just like I said in opening, you know, when we were growing up, it was a different ball game, right?
Yeah.
We were raised with a very high level of discipline. So much so that parents of this generation will probably see that as you being too hard on your child.
Okay.
Now, what's the place of discipline in parenting? Let's begin.
Yeah, there are different factors that I think I will tie to this lack of parental discipline. Number one, the infiltration of Western culture into our traditional belief and norms. Secondly, we also have this idea of laziness on the part of some people who call themselves, I use the word who call themselves parents, laziness on their part. And thirdly, there is this idea of the growing new normal, where people advocate that children should be treated with, like adults, they should be treated with kids and gloves and all that, so that you not hurt them. And so after all, they are human beings. So, but let me start with this infiltration of Western culture into our traditional culture. Now, you see, the white men asked us at the time to marry a fellow man, a woman marry a fellow woman. Many of us did not dispute it. Some African countries are already doing that. They also asked us to wear the suit, the sleeve, the waistcoat, the tie and all that, despite our hot weather. Many of us did not also dispute that fact. Okay. And we are doing it. But very recently, they are also asking us to treat a child as an adult. And so many parents have started, many fathers and mothers have started treating their child, their children, as adults. That's the problem. They want to train them in the Western way. They want their children to see themselves as adults. They are rushing them through that childhood. They don't want them to enjoy that childhood. They don't want them to see themselves as children. That state of innocence is no longer there. A child that just here, you call that child that you want to reason with the child like an adult. What is reasoning capacity in the first place? My brother, what is the rationale behind you sitting a child down to say, let's discuss? You are just 4 now. And who told you that a 4-year-old is thinking like an adult already? It's not. I know many will say this is a computer age and jet age. Leave that computer age and jet age. Children are children. And most of how were we brought up? We were told that if you misbehave, I will flog you. I have so many parents in my area. My father was not just my father. Yes, he was my biological father, but I have so many fathers. Before my father even come back from his workplace, someone else have disciplined you if you misbehave and all that. Do we still have such in our society? No. You see, everybody wants to say my family.
So you're saying that in those days there was a communal mindset?
A communal mindset. All parents were parents, and all children were children to all parents. Now, these days, you see families saying, you don't touch my child, I know how to discipline my child, you leave this child for me to discipline and all that. So that's why we're getting children that are going haywire. Some of them are even going gaga. You know, some of the hairstyle that a 10-year, 11-year-old will put on, you begin to wonder, is this one coming from a home? You see some young girls out there, 11, 10, some of the things they will wear, like, does this one even have fathers and mothers at home? So the issue now is we are drinking too much from this cup of Western wine. I think we should come back home. We should come back to this African tradition. We are Africans. And in Africa, there is discipline intrinsically buried in our totemic mindset. It is on our subconscious. That discipline should be resurrected. That parents should see themselves as not just parents, but as role models, as disciplinarians. Correct these children when need be. Don't reason with a child. It gets to a certain stage, you reason with him, not at this stage. It is some of those things that you imprint on him when he was still a child that will model him into a very good adult. A good child definitely will become a good adult.
Absolutely.
Now, when you lead them, you think they can think of themselves. What you fail to tell them, their friends out there will tell them. And that is what we should avoid. So that idea of Western culture, I think we should come back home. Beside that, sir, this idea of laziness on the part of parents. They think now that you already have a child. So if you can provide for this child, you are performing the work of a parent already. The provision we are talking about here is not just finance. Many of them thought it's just finance. He's attending a very good school, I can provide. If he wants to buy anything, I can give him more. No. Emotionally, psychologically, this child needs you. Morally, you should be there for him. Who are his friends? Do you even know his friends? What are his routine? How does this child carry out his daily activity? You should be your child's best friend. You should have a roundtable talk most times with him. You should be able to tell him, if you try that, I will flog hell out of you and you will not try it. Don't let him see himself like an adult already. You hardly even see children these days bathing outside. And someone said it's civilization. I think they know too much.
Okay.
Their parents make them know too much.
So why they've gone past the phase of innocence.
You see that state of innocence? It has been killed. Every child now, the parents have been able to inculcate in them that they are no longer children, but they are now what? Adults. And there is no way a child can behave like an adult. He will be an adult in a wrong form. So let these children grow. Okay. Correct them. Discipline them. Be a disciplinarian. Right. You don't rub men with a child of 5.
Okay. Now, you've actually said a lot. Now, talking about the infiltration of Western culture, just recently I saw a video on Facebook of this American comedian, a veteran comedian, Steve Harvey, he was actually interviewing a kid, a 5-6-year-old girl. So he was asking her why she liked her brother, or why she loved her brother. And she was saying, well, she loves her brother because, her big brother, of course, because he's always there to protect her and to comfort her when, her parents whooped her. And then, of course, the crowd, reacted in laughter and all of that. Now, I went through the comments as usual, and I saw a lot of persons asking questions, and a lot of people, complaining that it was totally out of place for the parents to, whoop her or to discipline her. And, of course, it became a debate as usual. Now, that pretty much reminds me of something. The fact that this is also becoming a major issue in this part of the world, whether or not to discipline a child. Because some people see the use of corporal punishment as a sign of hatred for the child. That how can you, use corporal punishment for a child that you love? So they see it as, you doing too much. They believe you shouldn't use corporal punishment on your child, that there are other ways. Just like you said, some of them believe you can reason with your child. But how do you reason with a child whose mind is not even matured enough to, look at things from that perspective? I think what we have is actually a problem, because people want to mistake smartness, intellectual exposure to maturity. Yeah. And I think that's a problem. I would like you to speak in that regard.
You see, words get their meaning from their context.
Okay.
What they call maltreatment in a particular context, in another context might be called discipline. So when that person say, you are hitting that child too hard, you're beating this child and all that. But I think in the right context, when it comes to my child or any other child, or any other child around me, you should use that right word, discipline. We were once children, sir. They did not kill us.
Of course not.
We are what we are today because of how our parents decided to straighten our life. At least our parents are not beasts. They know what they are doing. You don't expect a mother who gave birth to a child to kill that child with her own ends, except she's maniacally derailed and all that. Yeah. When children are being disciplined with love, you can discipline a child with love. There is no need you bringing in ideas of you are abusing the child rights and all that. He is a child, for God's sake. The reason why you are saying I am abusing his right because you want to protect that child. The reason why I even discipline that child is to protect the child also. Now, this is what the government are fighting against, is that you should not abuse, assault a child. Discipline will get to an extent, it becomes an assault.
So that's where we need to draw the line now. At what point does discipline become an assault?
When you begin to inflict serious pains,
bodily harm
on this child, it is not an assault.
Okay.
When you are not correcting the child with love, it becomes an assault. When you are doing it with hatred, it becomes an assault. When you forget the fact that this person is still a child, it becomes an assault. But when you are doing it in the circumstances of these things I'm saying, like he's a child, I want to correct him with love, he's my child, and all that, that is discipline. And we should not rule out discipline because some persons are misusing it. I know I am not in line with so many parents or guardians who have decided to inflate pains on children because you want them to listen. No, that is beyond discipline. Okay. That is now an assault. That is now an hatred. That is now a corporal punishment. And if I ask my child to kneel down there, for example, or get a cane and give my child 2 or 3 strokes of the cane for doing something wrong, next time he will not try it. But if you now give a punishment that is more than that child, to that child, then it becomes an assault. An
assault, okay.
You're asking a child, for example, you get pepper, rub on the child's body, or give the person there some scars, marks, and all that. Rub pepper. No, that is wicked and that is evil. But you're asking the child to kneel down there, or get a cane, flog this child 5 times or more, as the case may be, and after all this, call the child, next time, don't try it. I am your father, I love you, and that's why I'm doing this. I hope you will not try it next time. Such a child will not try it. But you're not letting the child know the reason why you have flogged him or disciplined him and all that. It is hatred.
Hatred.
So we should draw the line between discipline and hatred. So I am not advocating for that idea of that battering, that corporal punishment. Yeah. I am saying we should not rule out the fact that these children are still children. And children have a mindset that is as clean as a tabula rasa. So we have to imprint something that they will take up into becoming a very good adult.
I guess that's why the Holy Book says that you should train up your child in the way he should go, that when he's old, he will not depart from it. All right, guys, it's still the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television. Just in case you're just joining us, we're talking about the decline in discipline, parental discipline. What has gone wrong? What exactly is the problem? Why is it that, kids are no longer as disciplined as before? Why is it that kids nowadays can just do whatever they want without, their parents or a parental figure, putting them in check? Now, Abu, just a moment ago, you were talking about the difference between correcting in love and correcting, in hatred, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's no longer uncommon to see children just walking past an adult without greeting. And that was actually one of the things that we were taught as, children. And that was exactly one of those values that we grew up with, which is why we cannot see someone who's older than us now
and not greet.
Don't you think that's also a function of this lack of discipline?
The dysfunctionality of the society, that's one of the factor, one of the things we got from the dysfunctionality in the society. Why did I say so? I just told you not quite long that all parents were parents to all children. An elder can call you back and say, so you don't know how to greet. Where are you from? You say, I'm sorry, sir. Good morning, sir. Or in my dialect, you greet according to your family lineage, and you must do that. That's how we grow up. But these days, many parents have restricted themselves from doing that. Before someone else will come somewhere and say, don't talk to my child, it's my child, I know how to train my child and all that. So that communal nature is no longer there. And you can see, that is just a microcosm of the larger one. You can see, apart from this idea of greeting, you could see children, they hardly even get up from the seat for an elder to sit, if that's you listen to
another dimension to it.
Now, you see some of them, they are very disrespectful. They have begun to euphemize what we call disrespect. You see some of them will say savage reply. What you might want to call obscenity,
I think that's one of the effects of
stupidity, social media. Yeah. You see some of them will say, there's a new one now, we listen, we don't judge.
That's not even good.
They are indirectly promoting children to go haywire.
Go wild.
They are promoting this idea of you can always do whatever you want to do. And they are promoting immorality.
And the question we should even be asking is, what do we call judge in this context? Judging is discipline.
Discipline we're talking about. It is a discipline they want to eradicate.
When a child does something wrong, you're supposed to discipline that child.
So you say,
but to children of this generation,
you listen, you don't judge. I mean, you say, you listen, you don't judge. Besides that, sir, you see, when these children were growing up, they were given this orientation that I am your father, I am your mother, I am the only person, I should be the only person that has the moral right to discipline you. And that's bad. Let these children know that all parents in this vicinity are your parents.
Even adults.
even adults,
Not
they
necessarily
have the right
parents.
to discipline you in my absence. When I was growing up, something happened. I went home to tell my father that a teacher has flogged me in school. He said, okay, the next morning we'll go. He followed me to school. And when we got there, he took the cane himself and flogged me again right in front of the teacher. These were adults in unity. Adults having a meeting over me that I don't even know about. Their primary aim then was, this child must not go wayward. Now that I am an adult, I used to think like, okay, could it be the reason why my dad have to flog me again? You know, that sends a message. The message was, you are safe in his hands and don't misbehave because I'm your father. I'll flog you again. But these days, we've seen parents that will follow their children to school and start constituting nuisance. Some of them will not even ask. You'll be telling your child right from the home that your teacher will die today. You are giving that child an impression that he or she can disrespect
An elder and
get away with it. I'm your mother, I will always fight for you. You are creating a small problem that will blossom into a bigger one in society tomorrow. A child you couldn't discipline today will end up in prison. And they'll start crying. Discipline your child. Teach these children societal value. The values, one of the values I will hold tenaciously to in Africa is respect. They should be respectful. Leave this idea of we are in a civilized world, this is a computer age. And in America, you don't touch a child like that, they'll call the police on. Trust Nigeria police.
Okay.
They'll be very quick to tell you, no, it's not like that. You must respect your parents and all that. So that is one of the factors.
Okay.
Though there are other factors. The other factors that we have this single motherhood and fatherhood.
Yeah.
Is also a contributing factor.
Broken homes.
A broken home. Now, if a child is coming from a broken home, that parental care, love will not be there. Of course, it's not easy for one person to train up a child.
Okay.
You need a father figure, you need a mother figure, and this person is not there. Definitely, it will affect the child's psychology, and that will metamorphose into an adult that will be antisocial,
Okay.
or that will be maladjusted in society.
All right.
So that is another angle.
Okay, once again, it's the Guys Hangout Show, and tonight we're taking a look at the issue of the lack of parental discipline. What has gone wrong? What is the difference between the way it used to be and the way it is now? Now, Abu, in closing, I just wanted to give a word of advice to parents out there who are not living up to expectation in terms of disciplining their child. Those who think, letting their child get away with everything they do is a sign of love. What's your advice for them? In less than,
They
1
shouldn't
minute.
be just a father or a mother.
Okay.
They should be parents. And parenting is not an easy job.
Okay.
If you are capable of giving birth to a child, you should be able to parent, take good care of that child. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to discipline your child.
Don't be scared to discipline your child. I guess that's the parting word for tonight. I want to say a big thank you to you, Abu, for taking out
Thank you, my brother.
time to be with us on the show today. And of course, to every one of you out there who have created time to be with us. I hope you've taken something away from tonight's discourse. Of course, the most important thing to take away from this is parenting is serious business. All right? So the moment you decide to become a parent, just have it in mind that the future of that child lies in your hands. If that child is going to grow up to become a responsible person, it's totally up to you. And of course, it's up to the adults that child is surrounded by. So another thing that Abu said in the course of his analysis is that parenting doesn't just end with you as a parent. You should also give the adults around your child the responsibility of raising your child, just like it was in the olden days. Don't have this mindset that you are the only one who has the responsibility of taking care of that child. My name is Harry Igboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do ensure you do the right thing and stay out of trouble. Do have yourself a lovely night rest.
RTV, certainly the best.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living.
What is
the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
Waiting they happen. To Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Edo State Ministry of Transport, Edo State Government, challenge day. You will be passenger for Edo, challenge day. You will be bus driver for Edo. Challenge day. Minister of Transport Edo. Challenge day. I did for Central Park for Benin City, Edo State. This Central Park, now be the park where we say all the buses where they go different routes, Bobahi, Upper, Wasota, anywhere. Now yet they're supposed to take off. But one of the challenge where we say we don't investigate for the past 1 year. Passengers don't they come this Central Park. And so many drivers call them bus owners, or they don't buy the bus, or they never balance. And many of them they here. How come they ask why this Central Park not they function? They say the reason why not they function now because of Ring Road, because of New Benin, because so many bus drivers they load for the King Square, and the tax force when government set up making they look them there, they look them there. That's now one of two passengers because of saying they're supposed to come Central Park because they don't see the bus for road sharp they don't enter. Don't forget say when we start this Central Park everybody they go enter. Here they flow, here they happen. His Excellency Senator Monday Pawolo, aka you said man will go, you know, so you send us message, man will they look everywhere for the 18 local governments because your eye not go feed everywhere. Now we will be the journalists go fit tell you how they happen. Central Park for Benin City. It's supposed to they breathe, but you know they breathe. No, just imagine I just deal with this bus now. 1 hour I never load. 2 hours he never load. 3 hours he never load. 4 hours he never load. Macho man go carry. Hey. And I be say I want buy bus.
You're planning for another state to not be here. Sorry.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. How you gonna sleep when macho man like you gonna sleep? This kind of time when your mate don't run 10 trip, now you gonna sleep for ya?
I come and give us. They don't come here.
They don't come.
I come and give us.
I sleep and they sleep since I don't wake up.
They go just when they go inside the room. Then they come 1,000.
You they come inside the room.
1,000.
Okay.
Waiting they happen.
They watch us on live for ITV.
Yes.
Now so all the minibus or vanette suppose carry this color and this yellow color. Then you can go meet a Ministry of Transport with your vehicle particulars and the owner. They'll come register, you'll come give you code. You can't be one number, but okay, how you doing?
One, Don G, thank you. We are cool. Yeah. We are fine.
Any challenge?
Yes, one serious challenge we get now. You know, inside this park, only one trip we they go. We not even see fee saying a big deal like that with the manage jam. Now inside Ring Road, now be the main thing.
Now be the park.
Tax Force now. What did the way they see us finish inside this park? Me I don't know. Tax Force. They go leave all the buses when they inside Ring Road. They will come up back at Aye Junction. If they come from Bugbe Yoko, some passenger go say, okay, if you not fit go inside Ring Road, drop us for back at Aye Junction. We go say, okay, enter. Tax Force now go come on inside Ring Road. Constantly they intimidate us for back at Aye Junction. If we dey drop passenger, they go just surround you, arrest you, carry you go. Meanwhile, across the road for front of Eco Bank, former Eco Bank, buses go they load there. They go throw away like say they don't see the one when they load. You when they come, when you want drop passenger, make you enter park, they go hold you. What thing we do then?
Why people know they come this Central Park or enter motor?
Why people go come? Somebody when they come from inside Ring Road, buses full inside Ring Road. It not gonna leave those ones make come inside park now. It not gonna fit come here.
The government drive all those ones.
That is it. Make government summon courage. Clear inside Ring Road, make there as it be before. We go walk here.
As they talk, don't state government here.
Okay, they say we pay motor. What will take payment? Not money.
Yes.
Okay, if I don't work here, now how much money will take payment?
But before you, as you buy this bus, you are supposed to spray this bus.
But the one I buy, let's take buy. They never tell me say make I spray. But then I just me I spray. Where I want this money?
Some bandits and kidnapper and armed robber.
Okay, not be this one.
They use this kind motor.
How do not be all this one? All those one they do ritual where they use BB must they kidnap you. They don't stop there. Now the poor man, they fine.
I want go. I don't hear what you talk. I hear. So, now the Central Park now they so. Some of these drivers, many of them don't spend like 5 hours here. Some of them never go up to 3 trip. But the one went there Ring Road, went there New Benin, went there Ted Junction, don't go 5 trip, 7 trip, 8 trip. But the ones went there this Central Park. Nothing they happen. But I don't know why passengers now they call the Central Park.
One trip I don't go this morning, one trip I don't go yes this morning. They take us 5 hours to load one trip for this place. We know they see work.
Why people know they call this Central Park? Why?
People where they load for road, they know they let us they see work for here. We don't talk. Now no, the one we won't talk again. They know they let us they work for Central Park. People when they road, make they pursue they come Central Park.
Baba, how the family now? Come on, follow first. How the family? You knew by this boss?
No, you don't tell. Boss don't tell. Don't listen. Don't say that Central Park here. We know they work with the sleep. You don't see my face.
They say now Central Park where we say all the passengers now supposed to be there.
Yes, but you know, you see my face. You go listen to sleep at the sleep since morning while day and only one trip I don't go.
How can you be saying that?
Not try to tell you. I dey lie for you. Go that park. Make me they tell you whether would they lie.
Okay, why passengers not they come here?
Because they don't take over the place now.
Those ones where they King Square and everywhere.
They don't carry all the passengers. Yeah, where would they? On a pension would they receive here? Now here na pension.
Pension?
Yes, a pension would receive here. A pension would receive here now.
Okay. You know they are aware. Say the insecurity what they face for Nigeria. That some bandits and armed robbers and kidnappers they use this kind of bus. That's why those state government they say go spray your bus to the yellow and red so that we will give you code as say now you get them.
It could maybe spread the motor, but wait the money. I want to where they go now. I want to spend the motor. Can't go code again. If you go to other states, you paint your motor. Which one be code again? More spray our motor. More forget code. Not to give us wahala for a year. We know ticket. We pay ticket.
No, we have to know the owner of the vehicle. We have to know your residential particulars. We have to know the owner in case of anything.
Yes, that one good. Where?
Central Park when we dey so now go governor say make everybody dey work.
Yes.
Why come be say some go dey work for inside Ring Road? We now if we enter inside Ring Road then go hold us. The mini bus dey work dey collect from them. They not dey come inside Ring Road. This is the surprise.
Are you saying this Central Park is not functioning?
It's not at all. People when they say.
Waiting they happen.
Okay. Instead you supposed to they watch film for phone.
Working all day.
For Central Park.
Working all day.
For Central Park.
This point now only what I download. Inside it go no let people.
Now you dey watch home video driver for your phone.
I dey watch now. Inside the road.
People wey go dey for here, wey go come dey enter motor for Omba like na inside the road. Where they will carry people come here inside the road. Why go be like that? Make them pursue everybody enter Central Park.
Now I want this your turn.
For where?
But you want move
so. Now I don't move. I want to move now.
Augusta say make the dress, make the pursue the inside the road, make the enter Central Park. I been inside the road, I be Central Park.
This morning I one trip I don't go.
Talk that kind of macho man like you go send on one trip when you don't drive bus. Some people don't do 5 trips.
Look my head. My age is senior you.
Yes.
No only one trip I don't go. On my way coming back, only 250 I carry come back. I know life for you.
Owari Sokoto even Agwalana Sokoto we Sokoto no majo. I just discuss with my pastor. How we go do this play when improvement day here. Now whenever they buy ticket or we they live like all the world they buy ticket like that we can't cry out. I don't to God who made me now only one trip I don't go since morning. I reach here around to 6. Just look at the time now. I never lost second trip. And before go reach me to them, maybe around after. So if not even reach me, I can't go blow.
Okay, what will be the problem? What will be the problem?
The problem is this. Now inside Ring Road be the problem where we get for here. Why come and create this state? I mean this Central Park. And others say they get Central Park. You cannot try this mess in Lagos. Like Anambra, like waiting me here for Anambra now. They apprehend the passenger and the driver. all the way from Iguado, no Iguado love village.
Move this side. Make I see you were called this side. So all these bus, they never go.
Many don't come out now. They don't try to stay like they don't go outside. At all. How can you expect somebody to do the balance? 10,000 or 5,000 naira. I go take get the balance for only one trip today. I load by 9 passenger. That 9 passenger 500, just say for 500 naira. How much is it? No 4,500 out. You come here, that for 5, I'll buy for 2,000 naira. I can't chop 1,000 naira. How much will come remain? He say ticket. They waiting until pay the ticket. I beg. I just discovered my second just now. I will go take this. Me know you know say see you for here.
However,
we're talking about something in the dosa.
However, should they watch him? Shut up because we want make the governor make it see and make it hear him.
Problem. Where we get inside ring road. Inside ring road is the problem. There's no that problem where we get for it. Why we not the feed the work.
That's why passengers not they come.
Yeah, that's on. If me I carry it for my motor, there your patrol. From here go to Oli and turn back. Maybe you hear what you go here for it. Inside ring road, inside go. To God me they talk am again. I blow empty all the way from the go market to this place. I not carry anybody. Any passenger ring road when I was told that say inside ring road, I go move. How can we make it from here to all the way from Iguado to ring road? They'll say inside ring road. Why is the essence of creating this
So
place?
the problem is say now those bus went inside the
those bus. And my advice to the government, that is the only way I think this thing can stop. Apprehend the passenger and the drivers.
Why passengers not they come here?
Yes. Why they reach the job and NASA just for a week? He go stop. He go stop. Arrest the passenger and the driver. It happen for other state.
Any passenger when no one goes to
yes. If they arrest them. If they hold the bus, they hold the driver joiner. They hold the passenger. That is the only way can solve the way this place go get improvement. True to God, and they tell you. Wait, see my pocket. See what thing remain from my hand. May I bring on my pocket, come on. See ya. See what thing remain from my pocket. I don't go only one thing.
It's money.
See what thing remain from my pocket.
No, Oga, wait, Oga. As an area journalist, and not be kwekwe journalist. As we they talk, so governor, everybody they hear. You see, we go continue today. Hammer them. I don't fair interview you last year. Yeah, so. And we go continue to the talk. It they surprise us. See, with the billions of naira where the state government invest for this central park. We don't know why passengers know they come here. If you go King Square na gaga, if you go New Benin na gaga, if you go Tejoshon na gaga, if you go Babahi na gaga, go Aduwa na gaga, go Gbowo na gaga. I can't see mature men like Una. They sleep. Some they watch on video. Some go play lotto. Some go.
Yes, now. What that God will do for there?
What do you want make the governor here now?
Wait till one make governor here for them. Say make governor here or cry. Say we not defeat the work for here.
For this central
family man now, if they carry money go outside, just buy this for time 1,000 naira. Wait till one is at 2. 1,000 naira. So time now see money take balance. You see people who dey here now. Most of them they be owner to repair motor they had.
Yes.
They had.
So solution and waiting this
solution we say we dey find now say make government put typos for say inside the good. Make the pursue all of the enter so that passenger will fit the enter here so that we fit the work. Now we talk about
you say.
Let them set
a pidgin English program.
Anyhow you want to talk
okay.
About
let them set task force. I know say they feel not get 100%. They feel get like 80% or 70%.
Task force to do what?
To apprehend anybody who enters ring road.
Okay, with the passengers or any bus.
If they catch any bus driver, if that bus driver pay 5,000, the passenger will pay 2,000 because now them they lure drivers. Maybe they come from a gunner and they blow empty. I no see passenger carry. I just reach one place. I see people gather. Say side road. I look myself. I no get money. I go carry them. Make I see money. And when I go reach there, because I not there before, they go home me, collect the home money.
That means to say, those state Ministry of Transport.
They know they try. They know they try.
Yes. I beg you.
If you say message.
I want beg our state governor. The people we put made a clear inside ring.
Ministry of Transport, Edo State. Ministry of Transport, Edo State. You need to organize. You never spread this bus now. You never spread this bus now. You never get the quality. They use this kind of bus. They do iki. You also spray.
I also spray.
February 1st they give you now.
I'll spray.
February 1st too.
Yes.
Spray mo. Top General. Now let's go work for Ring Road. 100. Oh boy, your matter. So now so the color supposed to be all the buses. Oh, this time, okay. All those people when they use minibus, they operate. We get security people when they look for now. For not catch anyone.
Now make us still turn to minibus so that they not go see us if they come. We'll take them on our way. That's all.
All those people they use minibus, they do iki.
Now
they look for the
yes. Now the thing say now inside work, now the work.
Not today there. In not there. Where? May they not say. Hey. Move. Hey. When you want to spray the bus now? When you want to spray the bus? Why? Color code now. They use a rubber. This kind of bus.
Now that color code say rubber.
So you go see many of the minibus. Clear. So you go see inside Ring Road everywhere busy. Now the Central Park from the come just now. You go see I say. How far? It clear? Why you never go get your color code now?
The country good.
You see that? You see that? Why don't know?
Also no.
Maririka, you never spray the bus now. You never spray.
I go spray, bro.
Why don't know? Welcome. Where you want spray? Where you want to go get the color code? We will get her. We'll get her very soon. Okay. You see, I'm inside Ring Road. Inside Ring Road. Why people they call the load for this inside Ring Road?
Because we reason and say, we know they see passenger for according to set up power tell us where they go. Because motor too many for there. All of us enter there now, you know go contain.
Set up a driver so that don't frustrate them.
They see the kind of passenger now because if the passenger will see the car for that side, they see the car for this side. Because if everybody enter the center park, nowhere to park. All of us will go outside. Because they see the kind of passenger, we see the kind of passenger. Now make car.
You know you said that using sky bus go rob yesterday night.
Me never know that one.
You know you said don't take come and say make you spray your bus.
Yes, I don't hear that one. But according to the time when they tell me say when they will take come out, I'll spray my bus.
Don't turn it on. Don't
inside Ring Road. What did they inside this Ring Road? People when they walk, this kind of your walk with the Central Park, they say you don't frustrate them.
The truth is this general. People now good evening. If na go dey load now, I dey go market, Baraka go. Passenger, they don't see side go on the entire motor. If you tell them say Central Park, you no go see passenger carry. I dey tell you the truth. Not be say because it's side road, not in the side road. If you dey come from a gun now, na side road you dey see. If you tell them say Central Park, they'll say no side road. They know from Central Park trek. From that junction truck comes side road, they say no, they no agree. Now my brother,
that means say passengers will still get our own fault too.
I dey tell you now, ask them. If na lie they talk so, ask passengers say wetin this driver talk so, whether na lie he talk. But the fact they don't want from there truck, they don't want trek come at all.
People with the Central Park never go to triple.
People other than that they get their own motor. Now laziness work be that.
This one he must shasha.
He must complete. My driver, they know that they talk. Now my own motor boss. I dey tell you.
Inside Ring Road, Agrito.
What is happening?
Inside Ring Road. I don't know why you know they go Central Park. Go enter motor.
Now there they go so now.
Central Park.
Yes now.
Okay, I don't find no compliment of the season. It go good. Alpha. Go clear. Those people went to Central Park, that's all I don't frustrate them. Why not they look for Ring Road? Why not they go Central Park?
No, we're not frustrated.
Why you never spray your bus? Why you never spray your bus?
No, people many for dynamic and never spray, so I dey wait so that.
Now yellow pet remain. See there, Esther. I talk am. Any person when they use mini bus they rob, we self get security when they look for now. Abi? So if na catch anyone, go outside. Can chop am? If they use mini bus rob,
Go chop them.
then they look for them.
Yeah, we dey fear them. We dey fear them, bros.
Inside the ground, the Central Park now they happen like this. Now here they happen, no. Hey, what? Why now they always they carry passenger for Siren Road? Passenger why now they go Central Park go they enter motor?
How am I talking? The Central Park if you continue the motor where they be.
No, everywhere go though. How do you also now?
What do you mean it? Put on now.
Why you never spread this bus? They use to do armed robbery yesterday. They use this kind of do kidnapping yesterday. Why you always load for Siren Road? Passenger, why you not they go Central Park go enter motor?
Yeah, the truth be say, inside for Central Park, we know they feel meet up target like balance. But for inside Ring Road, we dey meet up balance.
Yes. Inside Ring Road?
Inside Ring Road, yes.
Inside Ring Road.
We fit take up our family very well.
Inside Ring Road.
And many of the passengers no fit trek, they come Central Park.
Well, no, they go Central Park go enter motor.
They carry load most times, and most of them are advanced women. They don't of age already.
You never spray this bus now. Why you never spray the bus?
No, sir, I never said I will get the motor.
Why you know they work for inside Central Park? Why you don't look for inside Ring Road here?
My name is Tofioto.
Your name is Tofioto?
Tofioto, that's the best time to drive the motor for.
Okay, Tofioto.
Tofioto. You don't hear that name before?
Tofioto, I just hear that now. Tofioto.
Tofioto.
Everywhere clear. It's clear. Hey, whoa! Inside Ring Road. Hey, whoa! Inside Ring Road. Hey! Sit down. There be this. I see you. Sit down. Hey, whoa! Why you not like to go Central Park go load inside Ring Road? They say yesterday, some armed robbers and kidnappers they use this kind of your bus. That's why I just take come and say, you go spray your bus, make you get your color code. You know yesterday they use it for iki.
Apart from color code, apart from bus, private car owners they use their own to do robbery. You know they use plate number to track them. How do when they snatch they rob because not be plate number they track them. So why must it be compulsory in a bus color code?
Inside Ring Road. Move. Inside Ring Road. Okay. Inside Ring Road. Madam, why you know they like to go Central Park go enter motor? Why you prefer to enter sharp for here? Central Park there you know they go. Why? Government wants start to the arrest passenger. And the family now. Nice work today. Hello. Agba. E balance now. Agba. Togo. This is a popular guy. Togo. I get problem.
What is the problem now?
The problem is say people where they work for that Central Park. They say all these buses when they say go, they don't frustrate them. Why all these buses? Why not they say when they go Central Park? Why?
You know say for now the union know they work. No say driver talk to driver understand. So when government make they try, when they let union start to work so that they will arrange their drivers for each place so that they're about to load. So now be the thing. Drivers don't get papa now, they don't get mama. They just dey like say.
Except for Edo State now, drivers they don't get papa.
They don't get mama. No papa, no mama, because nobody there where they control them now. Anywhere we believe place and I will be now. So they need to do something. I say it be my brother.
I agree to you also now.
We thank God.
I tell inside Ring Road. We take for inside the Ring Road. How you doing now? Correct, how the family now? Wait now. Now inside Ring Road now with this so. How far now the also now? I know. You know, so most of these guys, they carry this bus, balance and carry. Yeah. Some of them now, from one person, they must balance, but people, they say...
Today, they lost my 4 tire, I don't vigilante. I don't know what's happened. They don't fall my 4 tire, I don't come out the valve. What we do there, we don't know. Government may come to our arrest.
They say, why you know they go, they load this your passengers for inside Central Park?
I park where? Central Park don't full. All the almost don't go Central Park.
You know, yesterday they used the kidnapper, use this sky bus to armed robbery.
No, I don't hear that one, no. But we don't do that one. I'll load with the load.
Why you never spray the bus?
I go spray money never day.
Clear.
Aiza.
Clear.
Papa, we make airport hungry day.
It's everywhere. Sir. Now inside the ring road at this so clear. Even the passengers to go to Central Park, they like to enter sharp. Everywhere good. Our business now, everything. What did she try to talk? She said she watched me for television. When we price one Aisha, we'll go buy fruits for them, buy water. He said, why be say in not reach her hands? Who want to drink water, make her take. Amen. I don't go. Inside ring road, agree to. You see a person, they like to go Central Park, go enter motor. I don't know why. Sharp. At this side ring road. Inside ring road now we do so. Inside ring road though. They go do. Inside ring road. Inside ring road. People where they work for Central Park. They soon don't frustrate them. They say that one trip that they go.
But Central Park don't control everybody now. If I say everybody go, they not control everybody now. You don't know what you know.
Why you never spray this bus?
This bus and next month.
February.
Yes.
Everywhere clear. As it be not too clear, because say the nation who dey like this time, we know if we go thief, at the street not dey friendly. So all these mini buses say me they explain, me not give them time. At least you know if the school doesn't start, me let still manage yourself, fish small thing, gather up, do the needful. I bet when I take it easy for everybody, Nigeria not easy. I bet, when I
people when they set up, say they know if work.
People when they set up, they don't know if work. That place, the place too, maybe too small for them, too big for them. Maybe they try to make the place to be bigger than the way it is, so that more population will be coming, so that they can help us to be working.
Give me small thing now.
Well, I thought we not get set up. People will say, make it pity for us. I beg, make pity for us.
Give me small thing now.
People will make pity for Nigeria. Not easy.
I agree to.
Waiting they happen.
ITV certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. A lot is currently happening in Nigeria, especially in the area of insecurity. So we're going to be looking at the life sentence that was actually given to the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the possible socio-political implications that it's going to be having in the country. I am Caroline Okonji on Viewpoint. So let's go talk to some of our resource persons and residents of Edo State to hear what their reactions going to be about this particular topic. I am Caroline once again on Viewpoint.
I'm not surprised that I was given a life sentence. In fact, I would say that it's even lucky. Because you know, at a point during the trial, he disposed of his team of lawyers. He said he wanted to defend himself. You are not a lawyer, you are standing trial, a trial that the punishment is either life imprisonment or death. So I would say that it's even lucky. At the end of the day, the judge opted to give him life imprisonment in spite of all the provocations, insulting the judges, insulting the lawyers and all that. I think the punishment was even fair on him. You understand? That's the way I look at it. Then if we are talking about the political implication, of course, one would have expected that the president, being that they've actually, at times, they try to talk peace with Boko Haram terrorists, they try to make peace with bandits that are busy ravaging the northern part of the country. One would have expected that he should have also been given an olive leaf to ensure that there will be peace in the east. Because whether you like it or not, he has thousands or millions of sympathizers that are in the east, especially in the east. Even around the world, you also have some people that are actually very sympathetic to whatever is agitating for, whether rightly or wrongly. So I would have expected the president to leverage on that issue by granting him that amnesty, just like the way they did to Igboho and Co. Because of course, at a point, those ones were also agitating in the western part of the country. He was able to give them, he was able to settle with them, just as we also had with men in the southern side of the Sassas of the country. We also, Yaradua then, when he was alive, was able to grant them amnesty to ensure that there was peace there. Nobody was disturbing the pipelines and everything was going very fine. So I would have expected that this administration would have tried to leverage on that in order to create that enough peace in the east. Because as we are still talking, the sit-at-home order that they are giving is still very relevant, is still being enforced in some states in the east, like especially in Owerri, Imo State. They still observe it. In some other states, they also observe it. So people, even when you want to travel to the east now, you become very apprehensive because you know that you don't know what will happen because of that sit-at-home order and all that. So I felt that the federal government should have leveraged on that. But for him to have said he wanted to defend himself, we as lawyers, immediately made that decision, we knew that there was nothing that was going to save him. Because no matter how you feel that you know the law, you cannot know the law like a lawyer. You know, the lawyers would have been able to look at his the case that was presented by the prosecution and be able to raise a very good, robust defense, raise enough maybe probably discrepancies and loopholes in the prosecution's defense that would have warranted him being maybe being discharged and acquitted of this offense. But he opted to say he wanted to defend himself, that he never needed lawyers again, and this is where we are. Since the trial started, even when he has been convicted now, we have actually not seen an upsurge in the security situation in the east. So it seems as if people have also accepted that he has been convicted and nobody's saying anything. For now, I don't know. It's possible they might have plans to say they want to come out to the street or to have plans to start demonstrating or maybe attacking government and government institutions and all that. Nobody knows. But for the now, it has actually not affected anything. It has not increased the insecurity in those regions more than where it was before. It has not at all.
I want to say that the sentence given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the judgment itself and the sentence that followed from the judgment, they were very fair to him, very fair. Ordinarily, the law provides for a death sentence for such an offense, but the judge in his wisdom decided to give him life imprisonment, which is still a subject of controversy in the legal sphere. Now, the question should be, did the judgment flow from the facts, evidence before court? And the answer that will follow is yes. When a prosecution closes its case, they've learned evidence as to how they allude or claim that a person committed an offense. It is the duty of that person to allow himself, by way of calling witnesses, to debunk what the prosecution has said. But what the defendant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did was to choose, rather than defend himself, he chose to attack the court, was questioning the court at every point, challenging the court's authority over him. That's not how a trial proceeds, and the judge had no choice at that point but to bring his defense to an end, since obviously his action, he's saying that he doesn't have a defense. So the court in his wisdom brought his defense to an end and went ahead to move the matter straight for judgment, since there was really nothing to defend anymore. And when he was also asked to make a written address, rather than make a written address, he brought a motion upon which he attached an address. It is that address the court now took as his further address in the matter. So the judgment itself, to me, is sound. Now, coming to the circumstances of security challenge in this country, whether that judgment will aggravate security challenge in this country, I will tell you, security situation in this country is already bad. So we should not, with this our fear of, if I take this step, security challenge will increase. If I take that step, security challenge, that is what has aggravated the security situation in this country. Each step we take, we are looking at, one person, every person, somebody must be offended. That's the truth. As a leader, you are not there to go and serve ice cream. Your job is to go there and deliver justice, no matter whose horse is God. If it is the Igbo man today, give justice to and against him where it's not necessary. If it's an Hausa man, do the same. If it's a Yoruba man, do the same. That is the only issue. The problem people are having is that while you are imprisoning and sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are begging and placarding the Fulanis that are and other tribes that are presently causing mayhem in this country, because we have seen them. Because people they try to say, the filmmaker that made the movie The Head wanted to just bring bad name to the Fulanis. But we see every day on social media, the Fulanis, the headsmen, they celebrate their actions. And when you see the ones celebrating their actions in the bush, they are Fulanis. They will show you their captives in the bush. So if all the media space is filled up, TikTok is filled up with Fulani headsmen that are keeping people in captivity in the name of they are now in charge of security of this country. They are showing off their security, how much they have decimated the security situation in this country. Then you say we should not talk about their tribe. We should talk about their tribe. Every tribe has bad egg, and it should be dealt with as such. You should not look at the tribe's name. Now you talk about how the Igbos will react. The truth is, the Igbo man has suffered a lot in this country. I will not mince words in saying it. The Igbo man has suffered a lot. I was in Jos Plateau State in 2008 when the Jos crisis was at its peak. Igbo man suffered a lot. You know the painful part? When you will now go to the police station and the court, when you expect to see a large number of persons that were arrested, you will see them today that over 300 persons are in custody. Come next week, nobody is there. No trial takes place. It's as if we treat this security situation as if it's just two fighting. Two people fought yesterday. We just say, don't do it again. We pat them at the back and go home. People die. Somebody has died. It's not a case of two people fought. It's now a serious offense that must be dealt with all the importance attached to it. In America, one person went and killed somebody in front of the White House there. killed somebody there. If you see the way the government took it, it's as if they took it as if it is the whole war, as if it was a war. They gave it all the seriousness required. But here, when somebody is killed here, we treat it as if it's foul that was killed. When two people, the government will just treat it as if take for example the way they dealt with this Akure, is it Kwara State church kidnapping, where people with people with firearms, brandishing firearms, come into a church and started committing havoc, wreaking havoc, shooting at people. Then they took some away. Then the next day, the government came out proudly with a shame to say they are happy to announce that they have rescued these people. Then why, after rescuing, what did you now do to those who came to commit the offense?
In my opinion, it's very, very unfortunate that the Nigerian society has degenerated to this extent that we find ourselves judicially and politically. The silence of good people in the face of oppression and cruelty is an injustice to justice. I will not fail to lend my voice against the political conviction, because the offense or the crime committed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not warrant life imprisonment, because though his actions cannot be in any way justifiable, but when there is an incitement of public, there is a provision for it. And when you talk about treason, there must be an evidence that the persons who is being charged for treason has in any way connived or collaborated or conspired with other persons in quest to usurp the powers of the state. But in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, he only made verbal statements. There was no evidence that he bear arms. There was no evidence that he waged war against the Nigerian state, and there was no evidence that he killed anybody. So why should he be sentenced to life imprisonment when we have seen recently that the so-called repentant Boko Haram who have killed, who have raped, who have kidnapped, who have waged war, who have committed genocide, we are being forgiven, so to say, by the Nigerian state and be infused into the Nigerian military formation. That's to say, they will grant a presidential pardon. These are the persons who have openly killed, who have stealed, and who have destroyed. We have equally seen another terrorist who were arrested, charged to court, and was given just 20 years imprisonment. Meanwhile, in the case of Kanu, someone who have never been seen bearing arms, who have never seen killing someone, who have never seen destroy anything, was sentenced to life imprisonment. I have this to say. This is a political convention, not a lawful or a judicial convention. If it were to be in accordance with the law, he would have been given 5, 6, 10 years, as the case may be, imprisonment, not to be sentenced to life imprisonment. Does his offense warrant life imprisonment? In its entirety, he doesn't warrant life imprisonment. Like I have said, I condemn his actions for inciting violence, but that offense does not warrant life imprisonment. So the Nigerian actors, the political actors, should look into the conviction and the processes so that it doesn't lead to or compound the socio-political unrest in the east, eastern part of the country, and other part of the nation. So the Nigerian state should be very careful, because we have series of insecurity that the state is trying to deal with. They shouldn't compound the problem. I think what the federal government is trying to do, everything happening about Nnamdi Kanu is purely political. It is not in accordance with the law. Yes, the Nigerian government have the right to transfer him to any correctional service, maybe for the purpose of his safety, because they are also fearful that the Biafran agitation might also have plans or motive to get into the prison and rescue him out of prison. Perhaps that would be the government fear. Again, I am not also comfortable that transferring to the northern part of the country is also safe or politically wise enough, being for the fact that the northern part of the country and the eastern part of the country have been at loggerhead. We remember vividly perspective to what happened during the Civil War. So we don't want a situation whereby even the bandits or those in the north that doesn't have the good interest of the east will also get at him in the prison, because if he dies in the prison unjustly, that will amount to series of insecurity if it will not warrant another civil war in this country.
Treason or levying war against the state could likely take death or life imprisonment. If you see what the consequences of the actions of indigenous people of Biafra has taken a toll on the southeast, some people have died. They are trying to secede. It's a very serious decision for a part of a country to want to secede. We saw what happened in the United Kingdom when the Republic of Ireland wanted to secede. The United Kingdom fought tooth and nail to ensure that they stop it, although eventually part of Ireland seceded. No country takes it lightly. And so, taking into cognizance the socio-economic, socio-political dynamics of his sentence, it will dampen the morale of every Southeasterner, because generally people are saying that it seems that the Southeast is caged. But I think if Nnamdi Kanu and his group are going to pipe low, then a political situation can be found so that peace can be restored to the Southeast. There's a political aspect to it. The thing is that, is Nnamdi Kanu ready to back down from his agitation? Like I said, no nation takes it lightly when you want to break up the nation. Because if you look at all our constitutional conference, one aspect that has always been non-negotiable is the territorial integrity and the unity of this country. We don't negotiate it. And so we have fought a war before, and nobody wants a war. Even the Nnamdi Kanu that he's talking about, was he part of those who fought that war? Most of the people who are talking about the levying war against the state were not part of the war fought in the 60s. And I think that the East should reconsider warming up to the Federation and other regions, stretch their hands across the Niger and shake the Southeasterners and restore them back into the nation as friends, brothers, and co-partners in the building of Nigeria.
Though, if we really want to follow the laws of the land, what the federal government has done was done in the right direction. But we can also say that sometimes the hand the father used to beat the child is the also same hand to bring that child back to the body. What Nnamdi Kanu did, truly we can say it's wrong, because you cannot shout war in a country and don't also expect the consequence. People like related Abiola also suffer same fate when they declare themselves as president, because we are in a sovereign nation, we are in a nation where laws abide. So I think what the federal government did was done in the right direction. But can we say, is it not going to also affect politically? Definitely yes, you can't say no about that. The reason is because Nnamdi Kanu is a voice as we speak. After the demise of Odumegwu Ojukwu, Nnamdi Kanu became the voice that the Igbo people believe in. 60% of them believe in the cause of Nnamdi Kanu. So it's also going to disturb the political calculation from that angle. And taking him to the area where, to me, it's not also safe for the very just now, was also something done in the bad faith. But what I would excuse is that if they put him in Kuje prison, it's going to be a sort of mecca where people come to visit him. That goes to tell you the type of person that has been arrested. For you to know that if you keep him here, that place is going to be a beehive of activities. It goes to show that person. So I think we will also come to the table of the president to beg, to have leniency, to beg, to say what he has done before can be seen and be forgiven. Because we are in a country where people slaughter, people kidnap, people kill people, show their guns, and nothing is done to those people. The same government that has given out the Kalu this faith will also say those people, we see those people and also negotiate with them, giving them mouth-watering excuses to make sure that what was done to these other people is done in bad faith. So to me, we must be transparent to ourselves. Nigeria does not live in a better tripod. We live in a place where some people carry AK-47s and they are negotiated with, and somebody else is seen with a knockout or a pistol, and the person is charged for illegal possession of firearms. So it's a country where the laws are for some people and the law is for some people. So to me, the federal government should see how best Nnamdi Kanu issue should be nipped on the bud, not to cause another worse off crisis in that eastern region.
First and foremost, commend the judge for taking such a stand in such a very, very sensitive case. We all knew that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have lingered for this long. I think he was first arrested in 2015, and on and on and on, and the judgment came just a week or so ago. Be that as it may, I think I wouldn't want to belabor myself with the issue of secessionists, agitation for states their own right of self-determination, which of course is a rule of customary international law, and it is also enshrined in the International Covenant for Civil and Political Rights of 1966. I think Article 1, Sub 3, that they have a right of self-determination, but there are laid down rules and procedure for that. I think the major charge against him was that related to terrorism on a 7-count charge, and we are looking at the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022. Somehow, there are laid down penalties for the offense of terrorism, which of course I would say the judge was fair enough to follow such provisions of that law. Even though Nnamdi Kanu was not actually charged under that Terrorism Act of 2022. But however, that would be another case for the appellate court to look into. Then, looking at the socio-political aspect, for now, it seems to be calm. But I am sure that by the time they go on appeal and the case begins to go otherwise, there's going to be a kind of uprising, especially in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And that may not augur well so much for the security aspect of our nation, especially now that we are grappling with the issue of Nigeria being a country of a particular concern by stating from the American president point of view. Of course, I will say here and now that there are so many windows still open for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and for peace to also reign in the southeast. For example, I think there's a rumor making around that leaders, political thoughts, leaders from the southeastern part are trying to lobby the presidency if it can be granted pardon. I think if anybody is trying to question the position of the judge, why will he take such a stern position of life imprisonment? I will say that according to a very good jurisprudential school of thought, it said law can be defined as what the court says it is. So I believe the judge also follow that line of wanting to look at the law of terrorism and see that Nnamdi Kanu is given just what he deserves. I want to say here, as one who is abreast with the law to some extent by the grace of God, from the day he decided to defend himself, that he doesn't need the services of his lawyers, I think that was a very great error on his part, because the lawyers, they have the law at their breast, and they have a way of also using persuasive arguments to sway the courts. And I hope that he will learn from this, so that during appeal, he will allow his lawyer to take over the case. I think with this little, I can say, I hope that it will not escalate to a kind of uprising as regard to the issue of security, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria.
Having heard all that has been said from our respondents about the judgment that was actually given to the IPOB leader, some are of the opinion that it was a well-deserved judgment, while some are saying that the judgment should have been treated with human face and that he deserved to be pardoned. It's Viewpoints on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and bye for now.